Yeah, boy. Today, we're going to be filming a video entirely on the GoPro Hero 8. We're going to go out, see what kind of shots we can get, and hopefully give you some top tips along the way to inspire you to get the most out of your GoPro and get some bangers as well. I think we should start off out on the pump track. So whilst those drone shots are super cool, we're actually going to start with a much more simple and often better shot, the simple Chesty. If you're following another rider, I think the head cam is better because the bars don't get in the way and you can follow the other rider. But if you're just on your own, like the pump track here, I think it's way better to use the Chesty because you see the bars coming up and down, you can see the track, and it makes a shot a lot more exciting because you can see where you're going a lot better. I use the Chesty like that, angle up a little bit, and I use super wide angle. That's one more than usual. That's the widest you possibly can on the GoPro. Hyper smooth level 1 because that still keeps the full wide angle crop. Then you get a lot more of the sides in and the bars, and that's just what I find works the best. So there we go, that's the simple Chesty. Always looks cool. Now we're going to head over to S for P, the jumps, to see what else we can come up with. So spot number 2 of the day, the legendary S for P bike park. Chris and Delia have never been before.
Nope, exciting stuff.
I think it's going to be quite dry, but I mean, we're going to get some shots anyway, and it's going to be cool.
Oh wow.
We'll meet a few dogs whilst we're here too. Here we are. Definitely dry. There's a few table lines, a few rollers you can definitely do. What do you reckon, Delia? So Chris's first challenge of the day is to do top to bottom through the S for P tabletop line. This furthest left one here. Kind of pretty basic, simple tables. Perfect for Chris to learn how to jump. Yeah, boy! Look at that. Damn, Chris is getting good fast. How's that, Chris?
Good.
Doing pretty good, I reckon. Literally second go top to bottom.
Love it.
I want to follow you down on the bike and get like a super cool, smooth shot. For this follow shot with Chris, I'm literally going to ride along the rollers down the side here, hold the camera in one hand, ride with the other, and hopefully it's smooth enough to look cool. Go first. Right, I'm going to turn the hyper smooth 2.0 boost on for this. Yeah, boy! Nice! I don't know if I got any of it because I had to look where I was going, but I think that might look quite cool. So that's definitely one way you can get some cool shots on the GoPro. But here we got even more toys to get even cooler ones. This is Karlos FPV back again. What do we have? Talk us through your drone setup here quick. Which one are we going to use right now?
So Impulse RC Apex.
Okay. 5-inch rotors.
5-inch propellers.
Yeah.
Flight 1 flight controller.
There you go. What goggles are you using?
Fat Shark HD2.
So you're still analog like myself.
Yeah, they're old but
gold. We're going to strap the 8 on the front, are we?
we have some Velcro.
Yes, that looks good. So we're strapping the precious GoPro onto the front of Karlos's drone. Again, we're going to be using a hyper smooth boost to smooth out all the kind of vibrations that you get from the drone. And also, I'm going to put it in 60 frames per second so we can do 2 times slow-mo, just in case there's any cool action you want to slow down. Yeah. Best of luck, GoPro. Let's see what happens. Nice, there's a few more ways you can get some bangs with your GoPro. Now we're going to head to John Pound to try even more. Here we are then at the amazing John Pound, our local spot. Probably my favourite jumps anywhere in the whole world. But again, they're a little bit dry, but we've got the facility to water them up here, so we're going to water them just because they're so steep. If you ride them dry, then they crumble and kind of fall apart as you ride them. So if you just water them a bit before, holds them together a little bit. So you may have seen earlier with the sped up driving shot on the motorway, that's called the hyperlapse mode. On a GoPro it does it all in the camera. Literally all you have to do is press the button, it does it for you. But we can take that one step further and walk down the jumps in super fast. Then you press one button on the back, slow it back down to normal speed when you see a jump or something, then speed it back up and finish off the rest of the line. I think that works really cool as like an intro shot. Easy as that. So like I said earlier, if you're only riding on your own, I think the Chesty works best. But if you're following another rider down a trail or through some jumps, I like to use the head mount. That way it's a bit smoother, the bars aren't in the way, so you can see the guy in front as more of a reference to your shot and what you're riding. Whereas with the Chesty, I think super wide is the best, so you make sure you fit all the bars in. I think on the head, wide is just enough because you're kind of looking more ahead at the rider rather than right in front of you at the bars. And we're going to use hyper smooth boost as well to make sure it's extra smooth, so you can kind of concentrate more on the rider in front, which in this case is going to be Mr. Ollie Wilkins. He's just on his way, and when he gets here we're going to get a cool shot through the jumps. Mr. Ollie Wilkes. Following. That was really close, I think. If you want to film some external riding shots, someone just riding the jumps for example, you can zoom in a little bit and use the narrow lens instead of the wide, and you can crank the slow-mo up to 120 frames per second. I think you can even go 240, but I think 120 is all you'll ever need. So I'm going to hand this over to Chris and see what he can do. And of course, it would be rude not to strap it back to the front of the drone for another couple bangers. So me and Karlos have come up with a pretty cool idea that we want to do actually, using this trampoline here. We're going to try and get him to bounce the drone on the trampoline so it looks like you're jumping. Then he's going to shoot off up the jump, up, and he's going to fly through the shack, through the door, out the secret trap window, and I'm going to try and time it perfectly so I'm coming down the jumps like that. Might take a few tries, but I think it's going to look wicked if we can do it.